Hey guys, welcome to my kitchen once again. Tonight I am going to make some baked ziti. Awesome stuff, wonderful flavor. So I have everything laid out here. We're going to get started with all of the ingredients. So let me start here. Right here I have a couple tablespoons of olive oil. I have about a tablespoon and a half of parsley here. I have pepper, salt, about 3 cloves of garlic, 2 tablespoons of tomato paste, an egg, about a teaspoon of basil, a teaspoon of oregano. I've got a pound and a half of sliced sweet Italian sausage. You can use the ground sausage if you want. I usually use whatever's on sale, and they had the links on sale, so that's what I grabbed. It's about a pound and a half. I've got about 8 ounces of ricotta cheese, a cup. I got about a cup of Parmesan cheese. I've got 1 really large onion that I minced up. I've got a 28-ounce can of crushed tomatoes here, about 8 ounces of ziti here, and about 3 cups of shredded mozzarella here. So that's all of the ingredients for the baked ziti tonight. And so I'll see you back here in just a second. Okay guys, so over here on the stove I have 3 pans in the stove area. This one is going to be for my ziti noodles. I've already got some water and salt in there, and so we're going to fix the ziti in here. This is going to be the pan for the sausage and onions and the sauces and everything. We're going to make all that in here. And then over here I've got a 9x13, it's about 3-quart baking dish that I've already sprayed with some cooking spray. And so that's ready. The oven is already preheated to 350 degrees, so it's ready to go. So I'm going to get everything started here, and in a little while we're going to have some yummy baked ziti. Alright guys, so I've already turned the fire on under the water for my pasta, and I've got the burner going for the sausage pan. But I want to tell you a little story about a spatula, the rubber spatula. When I was a kid, I used to love eating the cookie dough after my mom had put cake batter into the pan. And what was left in the bowl, I used to swirl my finger and I would eat the cake batter with my finger. And so my mom would buy these rubber spatulas, and she would use them when she was putting the cake mix into the pan. And it would not leave any cake mix in the bowl for me to eat. So anytime I saw one of these at home, I would throw it away so that my mom wouldn't be able to get all of that cake batter out of the bowl. So now as an adult, I know how wonderful these things are, but as a kid, I hated them because it meant that I couldn't have any cake batter. So that's my story about cake batter. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is we're going to put our olive oil. It's about 2 tablespoons of olive oil in there, and we're going to let it get warm so that I can put the Italian sausage in there. So it looks like it's already pretty warm. Okay. So again, this is about a pound and a half of sweet Italian sausage. They also sell it ground up like you would buy hamburger, but usually I just grab whatever is on sale. And this is going to work really well in the ziti anyway. So we're just going to let this cook for a little while, brown all this sausage, and then I will be right back with you. So the sausage is brown, so I am going to add my 3 cloves of minced garlic to the pan, and I'm going to add my onion to the pan. Full disclosure, when I put onions and garlic in anything, well, everything that I cook, practically, if it calls for a medium onion, I use a large onion. If it calls for 1 or 2 cloves of garlic, I use 2 or 3 cloves of garlic, just because I really love onions and garlic. And so I usually put a little more in than recipes call for. This was 1 pretty large onion and 3 pretty large cloves of garlic. So I've got that in there. I'm just going to let that kind of marry together and let the onions cook a little bit. And right next door over here, my water for the pasta has started to boil. So I'm going to go ahead and throw the ziti in there. So that's about 8 ounces of ziti. We're going to give that a little stirry stir and get it going. Let that cook according to package directions. And by the time that's done, then my sausage and onions and my tomato paste and tomatoes and everything will be done over here. We'll mix it all together, put it in the baking dish, and pop it in the oven. So, see you in a bit. Okay guys, so the onions are pretty translucent now. The smell in here is just incredible with all these onions and the garlic and the Italian sausage. The kitchen just smells heavenly. So what we're going to do now is we're going to add, let me get a spoon. So we're going to add the 28 ounces of crushed tomatoes here, okay? And we're going to add the 2 tablespoons of tomato paste, which is right here. I'm going to drop that in there. Then we're going to add a teaspoon of basil, a teaspoon of oregano. We're going to hit it with some salt. We're going to hit it with some pepper. And we're going to mix all this together and then let it simmer for about 10 to 12 minutes or so, just to make sure that all those flavors get to marry together. Be sure you stir this pretty well because you've still got that tomato paste that is pretty thick. You want to make sure that it's all blended in there. So we're just going to stir all this up and get it simmering. Okay, so that's pretty well mixed up there. So we're just going to let this simmer for about 10 to 12 minutes. In the meantime, we're going to look over here at the pasta, and the ziti is boiling. It's almost done. You want to cook it to al dente, which means almost done. I don't know what al dente means, but I know that the definition is almost done. So we're going to give that just a couple more minutes, and by the time that's done, this will be done, and we'll be able to mix them all together. Okay guys, so while the pasta is boiling and the sausage and tomato mixture is simmering over here, we're going to make the cheese mixture here. So again, I've got about 3 cups of shredded mozzarella that we're going to put in there. I've got about a cup of shredded Parmesan we're going to put in there. I've got a cup of ricotta that we're going to drop in there. And then I've got 1 egg. And we're just going to mix all this together real well and get it all incorporated. So the ziti is done. We drained it really well. We're going to add it to the cheese mixture here and just kind of give it a light stir. You don't want to be too rough with it. You might tear the ziti. So we just want to kind of give it a little mix up here. That's good enough, just like that. Alrighty, so we got that. The tomatoes and sausage is done. The ziti and the cheese mixture is done. So we are going to mix all of this together. And this is where you really want to make sure that it's mixed in well. because you want some of that goodness and flavor in every bite. You want the onions in every bite. You want the garlic in every bite. You want the tomato sauce in every bite. You want the sausage in every bite. You want the cheese mixture in every bite. Now, you can leave some of your cheese out and just kind of put it on top so it can, you know, brown and crust over. I like to mix it in because all of this is going to brown when I put it in the oven anyway. So, there you have it all mixed together. So now all you got to do is just empty it into the baking dish. And we're gonna pat all that down. Now again, you could put more cheese on top if you want, but this is gonna brown up really nicely. So we've got the ziti and everything in the pan. So now I'm just gonna hit it with a little bit of parsley. And this is just for show. It's just for appearance, because you know, it's all about presentation. So there you have it. We're gonna pop it in the oven for about a half hour, and then it'll be done, ready to eat. Alrighty guys, so our half hour is up. I'm gonna Okay guys, so we're ready to plate this up now. What I'm serving on the side is just a simple salad. I buy the bagged salad mix. It's just iceberg lettuce, a little bit of cabbage, and a little bit of carrot. And then I sliced up some cherry tomatoes and hit it with some black pepper on top. And that's gonna be the side. So we're going to dig into this bad boy and get us some ziti. Couple more pieces of sausage. And there you have it. Dinner is served. Alrighty guys, thanks so much for watching the video. If you liked it, click like, subscribe, share it, click the bell button, which will send you notifications when we add a new video to our channel. And hope to see you back here again soon. Bye-bye.